Hey guys, good morning. This is Diary of a Coach, episode 302. 302. How are you this morning? How's it going with you? It's the week of possibilities, the week of great happenings, the week of celebrations, the week of great testimonies. This is your week of everything can happen. Everything can happen. Oh, this is my day 2 of 2 days of rest. I've been catching some rest since yesterday, and today is my second day of rest. And so I'm happy taking time out to slow down my pace before I take off again. How was your sleep? And my people in Lagos, so sorry about your Kada and Keke Nape ban. I know some of you may still be on the road, finding how to sort yourselves out to get to the office. I hope this is an opportunity for businesses to begin to do remote work, home office work, and distance work. This is an opportunity to redefine your business model, redefine your business methodology, and think through what happens when a government policy goes south. So this is Diary of a Coach episode 302. And like we said, this is our week of possibilities and celebrations. Last night somebody sent me a message, a very dear friend. She said, in the week of possibilities, I received a chunk of money today to pay off a significant bill. And I said, yes, congratulations. So like we said, this is the week we'll shake your hand and say congratulations on many victories that are still coming. The week is still young. Today is just Tuesday. So we still have 5 more days to say congratulations to anyone who is a family member of Diary of a Coach. Today's episode is titled, and don't let an opportunity disgrace you. Don't let an opportunity disgrace you. You know, last night when I was reading through the tweets from people in Lagos and the reactions all over the world about the motorcycle and tricycle ban in Lagos, all I kept hearing in my spirit is, Lagos is bigger than this governor. This governor does not have the capacity to govern Lagos. When I see that man, to be honest with you, with all due respect to Mr. Jide Sanwo-Olu, I honestly feel that he's not capable to govern Lagos State. I think even in his image and carriage, he looks to me like someone who is not supposed to be the executive governor. I don't know why I feel so. So some of his decisions so far, even when you hear him speak, when you see his mannerisms, it looks to me like this guy, he has not grown through to have the capacity to govern Lagos. I take the same way I feel about Mr. President. Mr. President had tons and tons of opportunities to try to become president, and he took several shots. They didn't work, and then he got his shot and has a second shot because of his his re-election, even though I believe he did not win the re-election. But hey, be it as it may, he's in office. In terms of stature, I think he's got it. In terms of goodwill, he had it. In terms of promise, he had it. But I think in terms of capacity, he's let down. Majority of us, many of us have been let down because he's not shown capacity for leadership. It is very evident that our problem as a country is the capacity to be objective followers or citizens, and a bigger lack of capacity to be leaders. Because we misunderstand what leadership is, Nigeria is facing a leadership crisis. It is very evident. And when I say leadership, I'm not talking of those in political offices. I'm talking about the fact that even as personal leaders, we have failed ourselves. We are not able to govern ourselves, let alone govern a small space, let alone govern a bigger space, let alone have the capacity to govern a state, let alone have the capacity to govern a country. Our capacity to govern is largely comatose, largely dysfunctional, largely absent. So you'll find ambitious people who are ambitious to become leaders who are not preparing for the eventuality that they become leaders. Everybody hopes to become a leader in the political space. Everybody hopes to be appointed into a political office. Many people hope to be appointed into, technocrat office or any form of office. But it's one thing to aspire to be in leadership position. It's another thing to be preparing to be in leadership position. And then it's another thing to enter the office and realize that all your preparation was actually upside down. And you needed to start learning on the job. And this is largely missing. I have a particular challenge, and I'm going to outline the areas where I think capacity is failing. Number one, capacity is failing on the side of the citizenry. On a good day, the issues happening in Lagos, the citizens should shut down the state on a good day. Like, the hardship is so difficult. The citizens should shut down the state to say, no, until you provide an alternative measure to this decision, you cannot put us through this pain. We voted you in. You should listen to us. You should submit to us as voters. We brought you into that. We put you in that office. If it were ideal, if we really put them there, because in my opinion, our vote is supposed to count. Let me just put it that way. So number one, the citizenship or the citizens or the citizenry, we are failing. We're not approaching governance from an assertive, determined approach. We're indulging lazy leadership. We're indulging anyhowness. And it's affecting us one day after the other. We're suffering as a people. We don't understand. We're being traumatized mentally. We're being traumatized financially. In fact, not just traumatized. We're being raped financially. We're being raped psychologically. And then we're being harassed. Do we realize that? So I wish that we had the same energy, the same voice to say, no, we voted you in and you need to listen to us. And until you provide the alternatives, because I think that the intention to ban motorcycles and tricycles is a good intention. I think so. I think that there is, because when I saw the statistics of accidents that happen via motorcycles, it's outrageous, actually. The statistics show that, and I've seen doctors, accident and emergency doctors have said this ban is a good move because the number of patients that they attend to from Okada in Nigeria means motorcycles. From Okada accidents, the number of accidents is outrageous. So I believe the intention is valid. However, Mr. Governor, the mechanism to arrive at the decision is supposed to come first before the decision. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be simple logic. I think that an uneducated human being should think this way. My opinion. As in, it does not take rocket science to know that before you create this kind of chaos, you should have provided the vehicle before it. I believe that Mr. Fashola, when he was governor, would have probably done the same thing. In fact, I recall that throughout Mr. Fashola's regime, I was in Lagos. I was still living in Lagos. And I remember that he had over enough town hall meetings and stakeholder sessions. In fact, At a point, I began to feel that this Mr. Fashola, he wants to listen to everybody before he takes a decision. But apparently, that was wisdom. I remember that Mr. Fashola, I think in his case, he could have called stakeholders to say, guys, this is the step I'm going to take, and it's going to be irreversible. And these are the things, what should we do? And they will create a plan, and it will have an effective date. Even though, yeah, I know there was a time he banned Okada, but one thing about Mr. Fashola is he will create a plan. Mr. Sanwo-Olu, please, I think you should temporarily reverse this decision, go back to the drawing board, sit with the stakeholders, decide what the proper plan is, create the alternative vehicles. You guys are saying there has been 65 buses. 65 buses have been released to help Lagosians. 65. Which direction will 65 take care of? I want to know. I heard the Minister of and the Commissioner of Information and Strategy on Channels TV yesterday say 10 buses were put at Obalende to Aja. 10 buses. For how many crowd? 3 buses in this one, 5 buses in so location. In Lagos? Haba, please. You guys should stop kidding us, please. So, the citizenry, we have a challenge. We lack the capacity to be citizens, to be followers. We need to build capacity to be assertive followers. I am not a promoter of chaos or violence. I am not a promoter of pestilence. I'm not in support of any form of breakdown of the law. But followers must be assertive to say, no, we put you there. You must hear us. You must make things easy for us. We didn't put you there to make things harder for us. We put you there to make things easier for us. And you need to carry us along so that we can know where you're going and then we can key into your vision. So that is one side, followership. The second side is, of course, the leadership. And leadership here, I'll talk about 2 kinds of leaders. The first type of leaders are the elected. If we were to take statistics, I don't have statistical figures, like verifiable figures, but I think less than 10% of elected leaders in this country actually know why they're in that position, I think. Because when you see the things that are happening, you will be wondering, how did we even put this person here in the first place? How? When you see the crop of governors and the crop of senators and honorables in the House of Reps and even in the presidency, you're wondering why? Who did this to us? Like, they take decisions and you're wondering, like, seriously? It's a capacity problem. You know, I remember when Sanwo-Olu was elected, he ran to Harvard School of Government, Kennedy School of Government, and spent barely about a week or 2 doing a crash course on leadership. Is it by crash course? When you know that you are in government, part of your natural disposition should be continuous learning. Continuous learning. You should always put yourself in a place where you are learning and learning about leadership, public administration, trends, patterns of the governed, and different things. You need to consistently put yourself where you are learning. Study economies, study governments, study people's reactions. A typical example, the Arab Spring should be something that a typical government should study and say, what triggered the Arab Spring? Why was it popular across board? Blah, 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 blah. These are things that a person who has been elected into office should be a constant student of the governance models around the world. But you see, in Nigeria, the average governor or the average elected person is a bully. The average person that has been elected in Nigeria is sadistic, is narcissistic, selfish, self-serving. The average elected person in Nigeria is self-serving. They think about themselves alone, and they think that there is nothing the citizens can do. Did you see the video of those military cadets who blocked the highway and they were saying there's nothing you guys can do. You only be honey. They can't do anything. And they were laughing at the people that they blocked their way. And people were saying these cadets should be penalized. These cadets should be punished. These cadets should be found out and they should be court-martialed. Did anything happen? Nothing. So the people in power already know that Nigerian citizens are docile. They will take anything. In fact, we would adjust to anything. We are simply a nice followership. And so they have the propensity to do anything. And they have the audacity to do it because nothing will happen. So we have a leadership that is sadistic, that is self-serving. Majority of the people in leadership are just mouths. They don't do nothing. That is why a House of Reps member will come to the chamber with his 4 wives and say, I'm a powerful man in the National Assembly and I'm a powerful man at home, because he knows we'll just laugh it off. We have chosen to be jokers of a country. It's very sad. Then he says, Professor Patrick Lumumba says, we lack leadership hygiene, especially, I think leadership gene is what you're trying to say, especially in Africa. Citizens actually throw off the leaders they get, but does our vote really count? Omelogo says, assertive leadership. Any day that happens in Nigeria, we will truly be the giant we are said to be, because accountability will ensue. Giant of Africa. Okay. The giant that has been limited, that has been caged by our self-serving attitudes. In fact, let me go back to the citizenry. Do you realize that many things that happen to us as a people is because of what the citizens do? A citizen will hoard relief products. See what's happening in the IDPs. There are relief materials from international donors. Then a citizen will hoard it, keep it private, use it as a private property, and be sleeping with the girls in the IDP just to give them piecemeal from the same relief material that was given. Is that one the problem of leadership again, of an elected leader? So our problem in this country is so convoluted, complex. I've talked about citizenship. I've talked about elected leaders. Then I'll talk about appointed leaders, the ministers, the commissioners, the special assistants. Have you been seeing people like Femi Adesina, people like Loretta Onochie? Is it Onochie? What's that her name? People like Garba. What's this man? Garba, the spokesman to the president. Garba, I can't remember his other name. When there's even this guy, Bashir. Bashir is somebody on Twitter. When you see the way they tweet to defend some gross decisions of the president, you are wondering, this thing called employeeship or this thing called paycheck is sometimes can be a curse. So because of your paycheck, many appointees will rather the Nigerians perish than walk away. Olayemi Temitayo says it's rather unfortunate, but people get the leadership they deserve. Well, this just reflects how we perceive ourselves. I agree with you. So you'll find out that, imagine someone like Femi Adesina saying the CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, is acting like a political party. When a member, a leader, a CAN chairman was murdered by bandits, and then they come out demanding justice, and then you open your mouth and say CAN is behaving like a political party. How could you do that? It takes me back to when Reuben Abati was cursing and insulting the whole world because people were asking Jonathan for accountability. What is wrong with all of us? You get an appointment and then you throw caution to the wind and start acting like a thug. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? So I think that, opportunities land in our laps and then it makes a fool of us. I learned this from my former boss, Olushola. Olakomi, he said, there's this quote he always puts of Aristotle that says, when you are ill prepared, an opportunity will make a fool of you. Opportunities will always come your way, but your lack of preparedness, opportunity, preparation plus opportunity is equal to luck, as you call it. That's what he says. Always prepare yourself, because when opportunity lands, your preparation will make it look like you are lucky. You were not lucky, you prepared. But when your preparation is absent and an opportunity drops in your lap, it will make you a fool. And I'm sorry to categorically say that's what's happening with the present Lagos State government. Ambode goofed, yeah, so they said. I don't know him from anywhere, I don't care. They say he goofed, they said he will not return. Then suddenly, out of the blues, someone who got the opportunity dropped in his laps to be this anointed next governor. It was a written script. You did not need to vote him. But Bodilion had decided he would be your governor, and then thrown in the laps of Lagos State people. But because there is an absence of preparation, an absence of capacity, see where we all are. Another people I should address with respect to this matter is the opposition. Dear PDP, if there is anything called absence, that's what your name is. In the next 4 years, PDP will now jump all over the place telling us APC raped us, APC did this one, vote us into power. If you are not shut up in our mouth, you guys are not all right. PDP, everyone that is on the opposition that is quiet now, better just keep quiet. As in, you know the way they say it at the marriage altar, the wedding altar, they'll say, he who has anything against this couple should speak up now, otherwise keep your peace or forever hold your peace. If you are in the opposition, as far as you are in politics, and you are holding your peace now, hold your peace permanently. If you come out in the next 4 years, I'll be one of the people that will throw shades at you and call you out. This is when, for instance, I found that Jimmy Agbaje just last night reacted to the ban. And I'm sure it was out of pressure because people have been saying, where is Jimmy Agbaje? Are you not supposed to now be talking? So now last night you remember, say, oh, yes, I'm supposed to be in the opposition. You're now writing some glorious tweets. My friend, I don't understand these opposition people. This is the time when all these guys that were jumping all over the place, the Feladuro Toyes, the Kingsley Mohalus, I don't know the conditions of Showore, but I don't know. Maybe his court bail conditions will not allow him to speak. That's fine. But where are the opposition people? Why are you suddenly quiet? And then why are you going to come out in the next 4 years asking us to vote you in? Vote you into where? To come and be opportunists like the people already in power? Did we not see how APC was pressing PDP as if there was no tomorrow? Remember what Lai Mohammed put Jonathan through? Even when Jonathan's decision was right, he will find a loophole to still say something was wrong. The guy stressed Jonathan to the last. And then they got into power. And then you guys are looking at them, docile, eating from the crumbs. Shame on you guys, man. Shame on you guys. And later an opportunity will drop in your laps. And then you expect us to expect you to perform. It does not work like that. We're done with ranting this morning. This is Diary of a Coach. This is episode 302. And today's diary is political. Our leaders are messing up big time. And we, the followers, are messing up more. And just like the response of everybody so far, of a few people so far in today's diary, we deserve the leadership we have found ourselves. We deserve it. We have chosen them. We saw these patterns. We saw the scripts. We chose them, we indulge them, we tolerate them, and then we have become part of the experience. It's fine. We deserve what we're getting. QED. No problem. So until we wake up and say it is enough, we will continue to suffer. Because in the next 4 years, that's when they'll say, no, you're not voting him because he's a Muslim, because he's a Christian, because he's South-South, because he's Southwest, because of this one, because of that one, because... When we come to that point, that bridge where we should be collectively patriotic for Nigeria. we just sleep and forget ourselves. May God help us. It then says this is another long episode. I'm sorry if it's too long. Sorry about that. But I needed to just share this, and I hope that somehow this can spark a conversation. So this is Diary of a Coach. This is our week of possibilities. It is possible for us to be assertive as a people and demand what we demand. So thanks to Redeemed Christian Church of God, thanks to CAN, thanks to every church that observed the prayer walk last Sunday and called out the government demanding more. Thanks to all the civil society organizations that are demanding. Thanks to everyone in their individual capacities who have been calling out the government and demanding a change in apparatus. I join in the call that the service chiefs should be relieved. They should be replaced. I join in that call. They should be replaced. Their tenure has kukuma ended. So it's not as if they are being sacked. Their tenure has ended. They should be replaced with new people that can bring in fresh ideas. And somehow, the mechanism or the architecture just needs to change. Simple. So that we can get this thing going. Because too many people are dying every single day. It's so scary, man. So scary. Every single place now, there is a touch point. Every day, dead. If you just log on to Channels News, 10 p.m. in the night, all you're hearing is fire here, death here, kidnap here, bandit here, shot here. No, it's tiring. This is not what we looked forward to. This was not what we bargained for. Every day, bad news. No. Please. May God heal our land. Thank you for watching Diary of a Coach. I do apologize. Today's episode may have been too long, but we needed to have this conversation. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.